This is News 13 at 5:30.
A live look at the mountains tonight, a cool and crisp evening in Buncombe County.
And the wind has picked up, and that could cause more problems as we go into the weather later this week.
You know, parts of the country are dealing with a snowstorm in the northwest. Some areas saw several inches of snow.
And the wintry weather left people stranded in airports as thousands of flights were canceled due to the weather. People are trying to get back home from Thanksgiving holiday weekend. And that's caused a problem for a lot of travelers.
Certainly so. Back here at home, we could experience the coldest temperatures of the season. You know, it was awfully windy today.
It was, and the wind just didn't help with all those cold temperatures we were seeing. The thermometer is just showing temperatures diving on us, Jason.
Yeah, they're just falling out there. The wind's picking up. It's just a miserable afternoon, now evening. And look at this, Cataloogy Ski Area on the Lester Flooring Skycam Network. These are the places that love this kind of weather. Snow, snow, snow. They are making tons of it. So head on out there if you want to do some skiing or boarding. Boy, they are ready for you to come on down. We are certainly getting the wind and the snow chances too. Most of this is going to be the highest elevations where the snow chances will be greatest. A lot of this is really going to be up in the very high peaks. We're talking up above 4,000, 5,000 feet, and they could see some light accumulation. Here's our next weather maker. A couple of cold fronts, reinforcing shot of cold air now moving through into the Tennessee Valley, and this is going to bring us the cold temperatures tonight and the snow chances. Notice the clouds banking up against the mountains, spreading out all the way to I-26, and underneath those clouds we'll get a dusting of snow in some of the valleys by Wednesday morning. The peaks could see 1 to 2 inches of snow, so heads up if you're headed towards the high elevations close to the Tennessee border. Could have some slick spots out there by morning. Temperatures are continuing to drop. 27 in Maggie Valley there in Haywood County, 27 in Bakersville, 30s already, Hendersonville, Brevard, Sapphire, and downtown Asheville. Stick around. We'll talk more about a big change by the end of the week, so get ready. Hold on tight.
As we've mentioned, the wintry storm is causing problems for some folks across the country.
Omar Jimenez reports on the area that's now under a state of emergency.
One of the busiest travel days of the year was short a lot of travel. Winter weather turning the return from Thanksgiving into chaos.
Crazy backed up lines, people insane, people fighting to get in line, and everybody miserable. And the flight attendants and the ticket agents, bless their heart, they're trying, but they're miserable too.
At one point, more than 10 million people across the Midwest faced blizzard warnings. And on Sunday, more than 1,500 flights were canceled, with delays to more than 5,000, the vast majority in Kansas City and Chicago.
I want to call on everybody to be extremely neighborly, to check on anybody who is physically impaired in any way, or anybody that's obviously facing their own health challenges at this moment.
Chicago's O'Hare International Airport alone saw more than 800 cancellations Monday, with delays averaging close to an hour. But the problems weren't just limited to air travel. In Kansas, the governor declared a state of emergency, saying, "We strongly recommend that you postpone travel plans if possible."
The roadways are blocked, traffic jams, jackknife semis, things like that. I'm telling you now, today is a day of staying home and being safe.
Elsewhere in the Midwest, some places reported more than a foot of snow, with wind gusts in the Central Plains clocking as high as 50 to a hurricane-force 75 miles per hour. Travel conditions are expected to improve as the system moves out of the region, but now it heads to a slightly warmer northeast in the form of wind and rain. I'm Omar Jimenez reporting.
It's back to the future for the football program at UNC Chapel Hill. Mack Brown is coming back to the school as the head football coach. The 67-year-old was first hired as UNC's football coach back in 1988. He left in 1997 to go to the University of Texas. Since retiring from football in 2013, he has been an analyst for ESPN. He replaces current coach Larry Fedora.
All new at 5:30, the UN Security Council called an emergency meeting after Russia fired on and then seized 3 Ukrainian Navy ships. Aaron Katersky reports on the tension that could spill over into the United States.
This is the moment that has now escalated into an international crisis. A Russian Coast Guard ship ramming a Ukrainian Navy tugboat in the Black Sea near Crimea, after claiming several Ukrainian ships intentionally violated Russia's territorial waters. Russia fired on, then seized the ships, and is now threatening to prosecute the sailors, several of whom are said to be injured. Russia called for an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council, but opponents, led by the United States, failed to adopt their agenda.
We express our deep concern over the incident, which represent a dangerous escalation and violation of international law.
The waters around Crimea have been in dispute since 2014, when Russia annexed the peninsula from Ukraine, which accused Russia of now making things worse.
Criminal regime has once again demonstrated that it won't stop its aggressive policy and is ready for any acts of aggression against the Ukrainian state.
Russia accused Ukraine of provoking this latest conflict as a pretext for additional Western sanctions and resisted calls to release the sailors.
The full responsibility for this incident lies on those who gave them this criminal order to act like they were acting, provoking Russian bodyguards.
Domestic politics in both Russia and Ukraine may be contributing to the newly heightened tensions. For now, the UN Security Council has taken no action. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
George Papadopoulos is spending his first night in jail. The former Trump campaign advisor is starting his 14-day sentence. He arrived at a federal prison camp in Wisconsin today. Papadopoulos was convicted of lying to federal investigators in the Russia probe. He was the first of 35 people and companies charged in that investigation.
And now your on-time traffic report, sponsored by Lexus of Kingsport.
Emergency crews are working on an accident on I-26 near US 25. They tell us that 2 lanes are now blocked.
And taking a live look at I-26 in Long Shoals. This is from our Biltmore Park camera. You can see traffic is moving in all lanes, both directions, east and west.
Cyber Monday for us is a big deal.
Logging on. Today, millions of people will shop online for Cyber Monday sales. How one local business says it's doing compared to its big competitors.
And a local brewery sets up shop in another North Carolina city, where it's located and the other things inside that you can enjoy.
And another round of showers could be on the way when the system's supposed to move into our area. Going on right now, millions of people are logging online to do some holiday shopping right from the comfort of their own homes or their workstations.
It's Cyber Monday, another chance to snag some super deals if you missed them on Black Friday or Small Business Saturday.
I'm shopping right now, you don't even know it. Last year, people spent a reported $6.5 billion on Cyber Monday.
News 13's Aaron Allison joins us from the live desk. And Aaron, more people are expected to take advantage of those discounted prices this year.
Yeah, the National Retail Federation estimates 75 million people will get in, just like Frank, on those internet bargains. And we wanted to see how some local businesses are trying to cash in.
I don't know what the length is on these.
As people look for deals on Cyber Monday, most can be found online, where General Mast is offering 20% off.
We've just started doing it the last few years. We're getting better and better at it. So I would highly recommend checking out everything online.
Mass General's general manager says they had one of their best Black Friday days of business ever.
Thinnest knives.
Businesses look to keep that momentum going.
Yep.
Cutting deals and art.
Cut tape, cut patterns. There's a small group of artists that are extending a portion of their discounts from Friday and Saturday on into Cyber Monday.
Stephen Lang says he's offering 40% off. He says about a third of his sales come online, which means most come in person.
I mean, I meet most of my collectors. So there's people from all over the world that are visiting Asheville. And I think the best marketing that you can do is to show up at your studio.
It can be hard for local businesses to compete with competitors' steep holiday discounts.
It's very, very difficult.
Do you like these?
But some people prefer to shop in person, even if it costs more.
Being able to actually feel the material, the texture, because online you can't. And here you can. Sorry they don't have the dark gray. I can ask.
After all, you can't try clothes on over the internet.
Great. Okay, we have success. Yay.
Some of these Cyber Monday deals end at different times, so don't assume you can log on and get that same deal at 10 p.m. tonight. Mass General told me that their deals will go through 11:59. From the live desk, Aaron Adelson, News 13.
All right. Get to work, folks. A local brewery is expanding to other parts of North Carolina. Highwire Brewing made its debut in a neighborhood in Durham. The tap room has more than 8,800 square feet of indoor space. It also has a covered patio and a beer garden. There will be 24 taps, seasonal brews, and specialty selections. And for some fun, you can enjoy shuffleboard courts, table tennis, and some more games. Its official grand opening will be December the the first. Congratulations to the folks at Highwire.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of those activities are inside, which
Yeah,
is a good
and that's
thing.
a good thing.
Yes.
It's cold out there, Jason.
It is miserable. Yes, it's going to remain very cold here the next few days. And look at this weather video from Tim Davies near Wolf Laurel up in Madison County. The rime ice on the vegetation. It's really cold. The snow clouds lowering, and there will be some accumulation in those areas higher up, especially near the Tennessee border. We'll talk more about that and these wicked winds, how long they will last, along with another cold that's coming our way in terms of the coldest air so far. Find out how much more snow, too, next.
A warning for people trying to take advantage of Hurricane Florence survivors.
Thousands of North Carolinians are now in the process of the rebuilding stage and are desperate to get it done quickly. Attorney General Josh Stein says a lot of contractors know that and try to inflate their prices. Since the storm, the state AG's office has investigated 850 price gouging complaints statewide, mostly regarding home repairs.
Florence created an immense amount of despair and destruction. And what is imperative is that we don't have that despair compounded by scam artists taking people's last dollar.
If you're approached by a contractor, remember to ask for references or simply check in with neighbors to see if they can recommend someone to do the work. Happening tomorrow, people are encouraged to help out others following some of the busiest shopping times of the year. Tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. It's a global day of giving. It always follows Black Friday and Cyber Monday. You can donate to a worthy cause or give back to a local charity. This is the 7th year for the charitable event since it first launched in 2012.
Now, your News 13 Skywatch weather.
It isn't pretty out there right now. You got to bundle up, folks, because this wind is relentless and it will be with us the next couple of days. Here's your morning rush tomorrow, 20s in the morning, but this doesn't reflect how cold it's actually going to feel. When the wind's blowing 15 plus miles per hour, gusting over 25, it's going to feel like the teens in many cases. We'll even have some flurries possible, so got the caution out just in case there might be some slick spots. I really think it's going to be confined closer to the Tennessee border. But you can see the clouds already lowering here in the Lester Floyd Skycam network down in Highlands in Macon County. There's Whiteside Mountain and nope, no more. There are the clouds down to about 4,000 feet there and bringing some flurries already in that neck of the woods too. I think the accumulation will be very minor if you see anything in the southern end of Macon County. But up here along the Tennessee border, yeah, look at that blue. That's snow, folks. Snow still coming down into the overnight and into the early morning. Closer to the Tennessee border is where I expect some of the bigger accumulations. And I say bigger, we're talking 1, maybe high end 2 inches on the ridge tops and the very high peaks. I don't think there's much more than that, but there's certainly going to be a lot of wind. So this snow is blowing around and causing some poor conditions in terms of visibility and driving. You could run into some slick spots. So certainly take it easy if you're headed up 26, I-40, 441, 19E up into the Tennessee border counties. It's going to be a little rough the next couple of days. Potential wind gusts, we're going to see them well over 20 miles per hour in the heart of the French Broad River Valley, not only tonight, but again tomorrow and again Wednesday, with more of the ridge tops seeing 40 plus miles per hour in terms of that wind. It could even get to 60 miles per hour. So this is really going to be a wind maker the next couple of days. So what does that mean in terms of what it feels like? Look at these wind chills. That's tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. 11 for a wind chill in Asheville. This is a forecast, not exactly what it will be, but pretty darn close. 9 up in Burnsville. We'll see, low 20s in the foothills even, out towards Waynesville and teens in the sheltered valleys west of town. And they don't get much better into Wednesday morning. Once again, single digits and low teens will do it. So how do you dress for all this? Wow, we're borderline cover all that exposed skin, folks, if you're outside in this kind of wind. Temperatures only maxing out in the 30s the next couple of days. Heavy coats and gloves for most of us. And then we warm up, boy, into the weekend. It's going to be pretty mild. Temperatures approaching 60 degrees by Sunday. And if you're looking longer term into December, expecting well below normal temperatures in the west and well above normal temperatures in the east. That includes the Carolinas. That's December 2nd through the 6th. All right, low temperatures tonight. Nothing above normal here. This is very cold. 20s across the board in the mountains. Highs tomorrow only in the 30s for many mountain valleys, even 20s in high country locations up towards Avery County, Watauga. We'll see 40s in the foothills and down through portions of the upstate. 7-day forecast includes some bigger changes. We have more cold air again Wednesday. The lowest temperature we've seen so far this Season 21 expected Wednesday morning, but we go to 51 by Thursday afternoon. We go to 60 by Sunday afternoon. And yes, there will be rain involved here. Better chances late Friday, certainly wet Saturday, but it's not a washout this weekend because Sunday looks drier. But more rain, more rain.
High of 36.
There's always that caveat.
Yeah. All right. Time to check out today's Chime In picture.
Elle Glaspie braved the wintry weather to take a ride along the Blue Ridge Parkway.
And you can see the ice and frost of the mountains there in the background. That's beautiful.
Still a very pretty picture. We appreciate you braving the cold to get up there and see it. You can send us your pictures too. Just go to our website and you can click on WLOS.com, the Chime In button there, and then submit your pictures to one of the featured categories. You can do the same thing with our News 13 mobile app on your mobile device.
I can try to prevent families from feeling like they're in a position where they can no longer care for their animals.
An outreach program in Asheville helps pet owners help their animals. Next, how it's already saved lives in underserved communities.
For people struggling to make ends meet, pet care is a luxury they often can't afford.
Last year, the Asheville Humane Society launched a program to help families help their animals.
As News 13's John Lee shows us, the outreach effort starts with a foundation of trust.
Most of what Asheville hears about Deaverview Apartments is bad news. Because of that reputation, many here feel forgotten.
I just think it's great for them to come out and help us in the community.
So who do you want to go first?
Elena Dahl and Pia Cash of Asheville Humane give us a different view of Deaverview.
We find that there are a lot of parts of Buncombe County that don't have access to pet resources.
The Community Pets program checks on the welfare of animals with a human approach.
Hey, there's Ricky and Brandy. Hi!
They're familiar faces.
How's Coco? The goal is just to be a presence here that people feel comfortable reaching out to.
Hello! Oh, look at your kitties! I haven't seen them since they got so big.
They got so big. Do you guys need anything in specific right now, or is everyone doing well?
The program ensures they have enough food, supplies, and vet care. It's funded by a grant from PetSmart Charities, helpful to many at Deaverview who live below the poverty line.
And it's all about going into underserved areas of your neighborhoods, of the county, and providing services and bridging that gap.
So does anybody need anything today? Do you need some flea tick for the kittens?
And I can try to prevent families from feeling like they're in a position where they can no longer care for their animals.
Is Dwayne home? Yeah. Yes. Hey,
Hi,
Peanut Butter. How's Peeves doing? Hi, buddy.
Peanut Butter's one of the success stories.
You can't even tell anything's wrong with him now.
Dwayne Swan says his pooch wouldn't be alive today if it weren't for Community Pets.
So we thought he had parvo, so I was going to have him put to sleep so he wouldn't suffer. They helped me with the supplies of going ahead and getting him taken care of, finding out what the medical needs was, and got him fixed, got him taken care of. To my kids, it means the world.
In the year and a half since they launched the effort, they've treated over 160 pets at Deaverview alone, including Kelly Odette's prize dog, Dobby.
It's just on one spot. I don't know if it's from him going in the woods and getting picked from thorns.
I think it looks, I would keep an eye on it and just put some ointment on it.
I think it shows a lot of people out here that there's somebody that actually comes out and cares for us and our animals. So our animals are like our babies.
We could have the mobile vet take a look at it. She'll be back out in 2 weeks.
By building relationships, they build trust in the process.
Oh my goodness, you love to meet new people, don't you? You love to meet new people. We always feel really valued by the people that we assist, and that has been one of the most rewarding things about the program. Bye, guys.
In Asheville, John Lee, News 13.
The Community Pets program has been so successful at Deaverview, they've expanded into Hillcrest Apartments.
And soon they'll serve folks in Pisgah View as well.
And as we've reported, traffic has been backed up on the Jeff Bowen Bridge through Asheville. What's causing it? Next on News 13 at 6.